Welcome to Walletopia. Today we're going to look at the Shuffle. It's spelled SHFL3. It's a slim kind of wallet, and this is new on Kickstarter. It's actually out there right now in a campaign. The founders reached out to me and asked me if I'd review them. I went online, backed their project. That's buying these things. And they sent me these prototypes. And it comes in 3 different sizes, a 5, 6, or 7 card option, and it has 2 features. Either comes with a cash pocket or a quick draw card, which we see here. We'll look at them closer. And as well as being able to choose from one of 4 textures, which can be on the back, which is kind of neat. Now, let's get into each of these. Now, these are the backs of all 3 different models. There's a blue, and it comes in a blue, black, gray, and green color. Let's look at this one close real quick here. So this one has a dimple texture, and you have 4 different textures you can get in the back of this. They all function on the same premise that the cards are on the inside, and it has these slider mechanisms, one on each side. You grab these and you push up, and it opens up. And granted, I can pull this back, but the cards, they go right in here. And when you're done, you pull this back, it closes, and there you go. Now for the cash version here, it is the exact same mechanism. Push up to get your cards out, just like we have in here, just like this. You push them back down, pull the slider back down, locks into place, and it has a place here for cash. You fold your cash twice, and it slips in here. You push it up, and we'll show how that works here. And then, of course, it has the same slider on this option, but this is the quick draw card option here, where you can put a card in the top. So that is a quick review of the features of the different models that you have there. Now let's just kind of take 2 of them. We'll take the one that has the quick card draw feature, as well as the cash, and we'll look at what we can do there. Okay, we whipped through those pretty quick. Now these are made of nylon. It does have tremendous bend to it, as you can see here. You can see that. I mean, we've got bend going on here. We look at this from the top down. You can see that being made of nylon, it has tremendous ability for abuse, and and that makes this different than plastic from a 3D printing perspective. And so, even though it may not feel very capable, it really is and can take a lot of abuse. And from a quality perspective, I'm really not familiar with the material that's used here, but it does take a lot of abuse, like I mentioned, and it doesn't break. It initially kind of feels like a toy, plastic-like, which makes me feel like it's fragile, but the more I beat on it, I've kind of beat on this a bit, and it actually holds up. I mean, this really could be long-term usage, and it could be great in, let's say, water environments, more abusive environments where you don't want to take a wallet like leather. Or if we look at this quick cash placement here, I've got a bunch of cash in here, and you can see that this is fairly deep by way of here, and it's wide enough to be able to handle cash. And what's interesting is it's got a lot of bulk because it is solid material up to about right here. So right here down is all solid material that the cash actually rests on when it gets to the bottom. It doesn't go in any further. It rests on that bottom lip there, and you push it up. So that is another good instance and demonstration of how much material is in here to really kind of take some of this abuse. Now, what's interesting is this flap that's used in the flap here and this insertion piece. Let's take a closer look. So if we open this up here, we have, of course, the slider mechanism, which you push, and it then presents you with the cards from this piece here that actually then comes down the tracks and closes and comes out. And when it does it, it kind of fans the cards. It's kind of a neat little trick they do there with that. The one thing that's a bit annoying is that when you retract this, of course, the cards and everything goes in just fine there, but you've got to push that closed. And initially it will show that. It will show that if you close it, it will go down. But if you play with this, if you use this long enough, this will stay out, and you have to push it in. But once you push it in, and you get it to lock into place, there's no guarantee it's going to stay there. And that's one of the concerns. So even though you push it up and you can pull it down and you close it, if if you put any force against it, it will come unlatched. And that may be a concern because once it's unlatched even a little bit, you can get cards that may come out from here. So that's just something little to look at there. The concept is kind of neat. Another thing is that the cards sometimes get stuck in the corners right down in here. So if you insert a card in here, you get too many of them in, what sometimes happens is it will kind of rest outside and it won't actually close, which can be a bit of a nuisance. Now the dimensions on these change with the size you go up with based on the number of cards, for example. So for a 5-card wallet, it's 4 inches by 2.6 by 0.4, and it weighs 29 grams. There's a lot of material in here. Now overall, this is an interesting design, as well as the material that's used, and only time will tell how well this mechanism or the material will hold up, but we kind of really love the innovation here. I like it. Do you like it? Yeah, I like it too. All right, on to the final score. For quality, a 3, price, a 3, features, a 3, usability, a 2, and perception, a 2. That gives us a final score of 26 out of 50. Like I said, interesting concept. We'll see how well it does in practice. The notes below, the links to get you to the Kickstarter campaign. You can look at the details yourself are there. And give us your thoughts on something like this. I know it looks like it's a toy, but honestly, the nylon material here is pretty intriguing. And we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, bye.